What is happening, everyone? Welcome to TROP-Cast episode 78. My name is Ronan Fox. We have a smaller crew, but the usual crew. Mr. Paddy Toner, what's happening, Paddy?
Hello, you're coming in my ears twice. By the way, you're
Hey!
anyway.
Not getting away with that one, Paddy. Not in this group.
This is
Not
for
this
mature
group, that's good.
content.
Yeah, it's after 9. It's 6 minutes after 9. We're fine. I'm good. I'm all good. We're enjoying last couple of days lockdown. Hopefully,
Are we
It's the
having
last
a,
couple of days.
a draw at the end of this?
I don't think so. I don't think we sold out. I'm sorry, guys. I don't think we've still got like many's left. But,
I know what we can do. We can have an imaginary draw.
okay,
Yeah.
We'll draw. I win. I never win. I get to win. I get to win tonight.
John Fogarty, how you doing, buddy?
Yeah, I'm doing good, dude. Keeping well, keeping normal. Just living life, the life of O'Reilly.
Any
playing-
content creation?
I did we'll talk about it maybe in a bit, but I was did a PS5 unboxing.
Yeah, it was funny.
Oh.
It's very funny.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm woefully unprepared for an unboxing, but I said I'd do one on my freaking kitchen table. It was good. I don't really know what to do with them, but when I got to the time with the console, I was like, there it is. Look at it there. I was like,
I
don't know
loved
what
your
else to
intro.
say.
It's like, oh, hello there.
But
Um,
other than that, just keeping it still doing my course, still plugging away, still getting used to getting up early in the morning. That's about it.
I have to get up now.
You've already mentioned the dreaded PS5, and I'm saying that because nobody has seemed to got one,
Except me.
except you. And happily, I've jumped onto Amazon earlier on, and mine is on the way, and it is
Yay.
coming on the 2nd of December, which is next
Ronan.
Wednesday.
To be honest with you, I'm disgusted. You should have left it for somebody else for Christmas.
I know, yeah.
I've gotten
How
that.
dare I?
How dare you buy one for yourself?
Myself and a buddy of mine from like the group chat from like lads I know from Thurles. Only one other lad has gotten the PlayStation 5, and a kind of a bit of a meme as well. But we did get that like, would you not have left it for a poor kid for Christmas? And I'm like, yeah, but no. Demon Souls.
Demon's Souls. Have you played it? No, you were saying you
No,
weren't going to touch it.
It's because I'm getting a new 4K TV. I'm actually getting it tomorrow. It's not a new 4K TV. It's a TV off a buddy of mine who's
I was like,
upgrading.
oh, I'm getting a PS5. I'm getting TV.
I'm getting a 4K TV for relatively cheap, off a buddy of mine who's upgrading, and I'm getting that delivered to my house by my good friend, who will remain nameless,
Nice.
tomorrow. So I can't wait. That's going to be great. So I've had the console since Monday. I set it up Tuesday, and I've purposefully not played Demon Souls because I wanted to experience that first time in 4K.
Yeah.
But I have played Astro's Playroom. Well, I'll talk about that for the stuff we played.
Yeah. So
I
what
think
we're
that's like
playing?
I think that's like is that the most expensive game right now? Demon Souls. I think it's 80 quid. Everyone else
Yeah,
is like
it
70.
Yeah.
would be. Yeah, because
one of the
Bugsnax
only launch games, wasn't
It
it?
is only launch game, isn't it? Except for,
well, Miles Morales, but that's cheaper because it's not that much cheaper. It's like 70 quid.
but it's only exclusive.
Yes.
That's
or it
that's
is-
so cool.
Yeah, it's only exclusive to PS5. That's how you say.
Like Demon Souls Remastered is a launch title for the PS5. That sounds good,
It's
and the only one.
title. yeah.
Yeah.
And
I mean, that's a
Xbox
pretty strong launch title.
Xbox
Yeah.
had none.
you
Xbox
go.
had none, yeah.
But it's still Game Pass.
I seen actually like a map of the world today, and it seemed
Hmm.
PlayStation has
Is that true, though?
outsold everywhere except for a couple of smaller
I well
countries.
believe that. I knew, like, but yeah, like
Yeah.
I mean, I was paying massive attention to the markets and stuff, and you could, like, even myself, I can tell by when I was trying to get them pre-ordered and stuff, it was so much easier to get an Xbox than anything else. You could walk into any shop and get an Xbox, but PlayStation 5, you had to be lucky. I was
Yeah.
lucky, thank God, but you had to be lucky to get them, and you could
Yeah.
tell. And as I said last week, the S, so it only sold out because the Xbox X sold out first.
The thing I laughed at was that there was an article out that was like, oh, breaking news. The PlayStation 5 has outsold the Xbox Series X in Japan. I was like, yeah. Have you ever paid attention to how consoles work in general? Sony always outsells in Japan. It's a freaking Japanese company. They love PlayStation over in Japan.
Yeah. So I'd say between Microsoft having all the PC gamers and having the Xbox gamers, I don't think they're still a bit worried. You know what I mean? They're not very worried about what's
No.
going on. They're still selling as much as they can.
That's it. And like Xbox are kind of, you know, they're diversifying by going with the Game Pass, and you know you buy it on PC, you can buy it here. Like they'd put Game Pass on PlayStations if Sony allowed it. Like
I'm paying for Game Pass and I don't play it. I should really start using it more.
There is rumors though, I don't know if we're getting into this or not, but Sony did say they did tease at them doing their own Game Pass thing. That isn't PlayStation now, but it's more like going to be more like Game Pass than it is PlayStation now.
We've discussed this for the last couple of years. They need to do it. Like, that's the next. To me, anyway. I think Ronan as well believes well. That's the next generation. It's just the digital and the Game Passes and stuff like that. Like if you had a subscription, we've said it those times, probably sick of listening to it. But if you had a subscription model there that had the new games coming into it every time, sign me up. But I'd pay 20
that you don't also have to pay the subcription and also pay for the games individually, like a certain.
Exactly. No, but that, do you know what the problem with that is?
Based.
I think the problem with that is I think you'd need to have exclusive rights to the games, and that's probably what's happening. If you're able to do that, because they wouldn't want them being sold anywhere else. I'd say it's politics more than.
Yeah, and I think Game Pass is so successful because we are getting a little taste of that. Like every time I jump onto Game Pass, there's something there, something new to play. It seems anyway, and I think that's a little taste of it. But if we had something that we knew, even if you had to pay, what would you pay, 20, 30 euro a month?
A month would be worth 20. Definitely a month.
Yeah.
Would definitely, I think that would hit a lot of spots. That would be worth it. Like what do you pay for Netflix? 15 or something, is it for the one?
It started as like a $5 and it kind of went up with the content went up. Yeah. So
like it's well worth it. Like compared to Sky. Sky is like you can pay for all the packages £100 a month or something. Yeah. It's not worth it. It's definitely not worth it.
Especially with sports.
I do pay it, but it's not worth it. No, it's not worth it. All I want is UFC.
Yeah, for live sport, that's where they kind of catch you, isn't it?
That's where they catch you. Yeah, 100%.
No, but I think Game Pass is going that direction where they are. Oh, there's the Xbox. There she is.
We have another one.
Oh, I like the way it says 1 terabyte SSD. Is it 1 terabyte SSD? Yeah.
Yeah. And this one is going first.
Is there a 1 terabyte in that, Paddy?
No, this is the 300 or is a 512 gigabyte SSD, which probably goes down to like 300 and something when the stuff. But that's the problem with this is the memory.
Okay.
Like that's what I think. Like if you have a digital console, you want the memory to be a lot, don't you?
Yeah, definitely.
This is where it's kind of fallen, but it does do 120 frames. I don't think does it go up to 4K.
No, it does do 4K. I don't know if it does 4K 120 though, but I know what you mean.
4K 60, is it?
It does 120 frames, I think. But like it's a good console. Like, to be honest, I was very close to keeping it, but I decided not to them.
How much is that retail? 300 quid?
300 quid, yeah. You could, Argos or Smiths seem to be getting them in the whole time. I think Smiths is going to get a lot more. They actually had Xboxes last Saturday. You just have to keep checking the website. You have to keep checking it.
But isn't it fantastic that, with COVID and everything, some people are out of work. If they can't afford the big gun console, there's something there for them. Like it's...
But to be honest, like
I know I'm not exactly flush now at the moment. 500 quid on the PlayStation is a lot of money.
A Game Pass device, dude. Like for your TV, getting comfortable. Do you know what I mean?
Like as a PlayStation gamer, like this is worth having just to have a second console. Like 300 quid, like is a bargain for a brand new console.
I will say that I play Forza on the PC and the servers are terrible crossplay. So that's something. Yeah, they're not good. I seem to get kicked out when I'm playing with friends. And like a couple of my mates, they just play Forza, and it'd be nice to be able to jump on with them and have a few races.
But I think like it's like, have you all owned Xbox One? I know John has.
No, I had a 360 and the original Xbox.
Great console, by the way. I did like the Xbox One.
Yeah, I actually had an Xbox One, but it was like a dust gatherer. Like a user, like that's just being honest. The only reason I had it again is UFC. You didn't
play Rise of Rome on it, no?
No.
I didn't. Listen, Rise of Rome. not as bad as you think it is.
No, it looked the part. Like it looked like a good display launch game to kind of show off the graphics.
Yeah, better than freaking The Order 18.
You hate that game. People like that game.
People always give out of it. I know people do. I freaking waste of time.
Someone when I shared at the stream there or the podcast, and someone says you're competing with Celebrity Jungle. That's a good reason.
That's the end of the podcast. We can't compete with those guys.
I'm a celebrity. Get me out of here.
Go out to the garden and get some worms. Let's start eating them. That's what people are watching.
I was prepared.
Yeah. So what we're playing section? Paddy, you probably haven't been playing much. I know you're busy.
I've been
Have you
playing
been-
on me. I've been playing on something on my phone.
Oh,
And
oh my
it
God!
starts- it starts
Mobile
with P-
gaming.
It starts with P and ends with K.
Oh, no, but Edward start. No. Wait, let me try again. It's with K. I was like, Pokemon Go? No, that doesn't work.
Poker.
Oh right.
Oh, yeah.
I've only been playing. Get back into it I've only been doing it to relax at night. To be honest, to take your mind off things.
Texas
just-
Hold'em.
Yeah, I love Texas Hold'em. I used to play it a lot.
Same.
When it
Yeah.
was massive back about 10 years ago, 11 years ago. When
The
money,
Unabomber
yeah.
and all the lads.
when the money was in the country, like it was massive. I
Like
loved
the
it.
Mount Metaso.
Yeah.
I loved it. So I started playing it on the phone to relax at night. And it works well. It just takes the mind and you start bloody drifting off. And then I put the phone down and go sleep. So it's great.
Play for money or for
No,
fun?
just fun at the minute. We'll see about the money.
Yeah.
I find I'm actually not that good online. I'm a lot better face to face because
Yeah.
you can't read people on a phone. Do you know what I mean? But face to face, I can. You know, it brings more elements into it. You can see what's happening. You can read people the whole way around. On a phone, you're just going by what they're betting and stuff.
Yeah,
like
yeah. You're kind of looking at you're kind of thinking more on the cars and how much they're betting. You're trying to bluff with the bets rather than with your
Yeah,
body
very
language.
hard. It's very hard to do it with somebody. Like when I used to play all the time, I could read people or I could bluff people easier because body language is a big thing about it. You know, whatever you're doing.
Oh, definitely, yeah.
It's a good. It's fun there. It's just fun there to get rid of a few hours. And I do, as again, I'm probably like starting to drift back into I need to game soon. So it's probably helping me along there.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's nice to take a breather though for a while.
Yeah, but haven't been gaming much for like a month and a half, 2 months now, or probably feels like ages.
Consoles all around you, no gaming being done, huh?
Consoles ever, no game done. There's no real game. I just love to be like a new game to come and just take me again. You know, like it's been that long since something's really.
It's called a Tarkov wipe.
Yeah, that's
There
it.
you go.
I'd probably do it. That would actually probably do it. Probably back like, oh god, I have to keep up with that.
Yeah.
I have been watching Tarkov videos as always, Shroud and Pestily, obviously. and
Yeah,
stuff
I've been
like that
watching
there,
the
but
raid series for Pestily.
Is he still going with the raid series?
Second. No, it's like my second time watching it. I watched like season 2 first, and then I went back and watched season 1. Some of the raids in season 1 are ridiculous.
He-
Like he
but
meets
he's
Rochelle
just-
at raid 1. Like it's just like what?
He's just an animal though. He's an
Yeah,
unbelievable.
he's very easy to watch as well.
Yeah.
Shamey McGowan's in the chat there.
Oh, shame he's there.
He won the PlayStation. He's after playing. I said they had some time there last Friday night. Him and Aiden.
Isle of Man
Aiden's not well.
TT. I know one of the racers, Derek McGee. I actually was on the back of a bike with him driving
Free
as
internet
well.
poker tends to draw in a lot of bingo players.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Look for Derek McGee, Shamey. He's a Mullingar man.
Isle of Man TT. That's Ronan did the. Didn't you do the review? For
The
game?
review,
Remember
yeah.
that?
Yeah.
Remember that? That was like when we first started Republic.
So that's
You
going
did
back a
that.
while.
We got that review.
Wow. Yeah, it's been a fun experience. Yeah, it's I've been here many times, yeah. If you look closely, you see Faulkner sheds on the side of his bike, and I'm related to Willie Faulkner. My uncle actually works with him as well.
That's cool.
It's a far out relation, yeah. Faulkner sheds on the side of his bike.
Shamey, can I have
Great
the
driver.
Out, man.
Great
can I have
pilot.
the PlayStation back, please?
Yeah.
It's over now. That was just a rental. You
Hold on
went
now a
for
second.
all-
Are you playing Isle of Man on TT? Or sorry, Isle of Man on TT. Isle of Man on PS5. I thought that was one of the games that doesn't work on PS5. Could be wrong though.
Maybe.
John
okay.
Fogarty, what have you been playing?
I haven't been playing too much because, as I said, I did get the PS5, but I've been waiting to crack into Demon's Souls, which is the only game I bought with money for the PS5 since it came out. But again, I've been waiting.
Have you downloaded it, John?
Yeah, it's downloaded.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
downloaded.
How long did it
Downloaded.
take?
Actually, surprisingly, a long time for most people, but surprisingly not too long for. It's like 55 gigs, which for like a normal person is probably well under an hour. But for me, that took like 12, 13 hours, which
I think the SSD makes it faster to download too, doesn't it?
it probably does. I'm finding other stuff a bit faster as well, like regardless of internet. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
yeah, like even getting into videos on YouTube and stuff, I think is faster. I don't know if that
It is,
makes
yeah.
sense,
It
but
definitely does.
it does seem everything just seems faster. But what I have been playing on the PS5 is I actually went into it today because I said, "Feck it, like there's no point waiting for 4K for this. It's more about just experiencing the haptic feedback on the controller. So I did play a little bit of Astro's Playroom, which is like the free game you get with the PlayStation. Now, someone told me that it comes on the PlayStation when you get it, as in like you don't need to download it. That's a lie. You do need to download it, but it's only like 1.5 gigs, so it's fine. You may as well
4 days
be
later.
on it. To be honest with you, that still like took me an hour.
Go through this haptic feedback for me for a man who's never used it. I don't understand what we're doing.
Yeah,
talking here.
and it is weird when you just hear people describe it, because like I didn't really know what to expect either. It is cool. Basically, you know the way like a vibration on a controller is just one thing. It's like no matter what happens, you just get this generic rumble.
Yeah.
You know, that's what we're all used to.
Yeah.
This is more like the whole controller. It's like they've somehow have like a kind of a little sensory pad everywhere, all over the controller. And let's say something happens like to the right of you.
All right.
It'll a little part of that controller will vibrate.
So it's like surround sound, but in your controller.
Yes, exactly. That's exactly what it's like.
Nice.
And it's cool. Because there was moments like it's cool because like there's a bit where you're running around with the dude, and like you kind of change to being on like a carpet to like marble floor, we'll say, and then like you can hear the tick, 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 and then you actually feel like just a very slight on each side, like little pinpoint on your left and your right. Like when the left foot hits, it's like you feel a little pinpoint there. When the right foot hits, you feel on the right hand, left hand, right hand, left hand, right hand. And it is a cool little feature. And I can't wait to see what developers do with it in future. What I am worried about is that Astro's Playroom is designed to show you how good this can be. And I'm hoping that like developers kind of go to the same level as that. Because you know, like when you used to watch 3D movies and you'd watch like a 3D trailer for something and it would be amazing. And you'd get like, oh, this is cool. But then you'd watch like a 3D movie that like it's kind of underwhelming. And you're like, oh, well, they did it better in the trailer because they're trying to sell you on it. That's what I'm hoping doesn't happen with games with this.
The only time that works is when arrows were coming at you. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is cool with what I've seen. And I'm trying to think of other things I noticed.
Talk about the triggers, John. The sensitivity on the triggers.
Yeah, the adaptive triggers. They are cool as well. I've had a few moments with them as well. Basically, they can change the pressure you need to apply to the triggers for certain things. So we'll say there's a bit where you were kind of cranking like a one-arm bandit thing. So it starts off, and I actually thought like it was so kind of stuck that I was like, oh, is this normal? I was like, two, and he was kind of only barely jiggling it, and then I pressed down hard, and like you can feel the click, and
that's cool.
I almost felt like I broke it. And I was like, oh no, this is normal. So it's giving you this, like, it's just doing it obviously by sensory and like it's just applying up the pressure. But it is really, really good. And like shooting a gun, like sometimes it'll like if the gun is like, I don't know if I can imagine, no, I haven't experienced this, but I can see it being used as like for gun jams and stuff. That would be cool. Like, oh, it's jammed and then it'll let you shoot it then and stuff like that. It is cool. There wasn't too much that I've experienced because I've only played like 2 full levels of Astro's Playroom. But yeah, basically it just gives you resistance.
Do you want a copy of Valhalla?
Yeah, I'll take a copy of Valhalla.
You have to do a review on it though.
I'll do it, but
has to be 10 out of 10.
You have to give
it doesn't have to be 10 out of 10.
It has to be perfect score.
You have to give me a 2-day head start just to download.
It's gonna take a good while to finish it too, to be honest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. As long as you don't expect it this side of 2 weeks. Do you know what I mean? Like,
no.
But I'll definitely do that for you. But no, the haptic feedback is cool, and the adaptive triggers were very cool. Again, like it got to the point, like it's not like barely noticeable or anything. They can actually make a freaking stick, and like you only barely press down. You're like, oh, this MNF will not go down anymore. This is actually kind of cool.
Nice.
It kind of makes you feel a bit nervous though about the future of it. How will it stand up to time when you need to be fixing it all the time? There's a lot of shit there.
Yeah, definitely.
There's a lot of stuff that
go
wrong.
A lot of stuff could go wrong.
Somebody mentioned to me as well that there's firmware now for the controller as well as the system. So when you're installing firmware on the system, it'll ask you to plug in the controller, and there'll be an update for your controller as well. So I'm sure it's something that they'll update over time.
More more technical as it goes along. It's good to see. Like, it's honestly, I like it.
Well, and also
the Stream Deck.
I know this was on the PlayStation 5 controller or 4 controller as well, but they do have the big mic on the actual controller. But I think they're actually putting a bit more emphasis on it now because there is like a mute mic button on the controller, so you can mute that mic that's on the actual controller, like anytime you want. And like they were doing stuff like there was a bit
when your mom comes in.
Your mom. There was a bit where I was on like a platform and there was like a whirly top thing where I needed to blow into the controller to get that spinning, which was also kind of cool. So they've done so many things that developers a real sandbox of creativity that developers can work with the haptic feedback, the microphone, and the adaptive triggers. So it's fun. It's cool.
You can vape in game now.
Yeah.
There you go.
What about the size of the PlayStation?
Yeah, it's big. It's a big boy. But I have it upright. It's just I have a table. I don't have like a normal like desk thing where people try and fit them into like slots.
I don't think I'd like to have it open like a desktop. You'd have to have so much air around it. I don't think.
Yeah, I literally have a coffee table like in front of my television.
Yeah.
So it's just on the coffee table, standing upright.
Nice.
But no, it is a big boy. Well, I said this in my unboxing as well. You know when you saw the pictures of it and you're like, this thing looks absolutely ridiculous. It actually looks cool in person. I swear to God, when I saw it in person, I was like, I actually like this. This is kind of cool. It's got what I like is I got the digital version, so she be symmetric, boys, because she doesn't have the little junk in her trunk on the side for the disc tray. So she does slim down, and she's nice to look at. She's got a good figure on her.
What are you playing?
What's that?
What is Ronan playing?
I mean, pretty much the usual. I'm playing a lot of Tarkov, to be honest. Most evenings I'll jump in for definitely a raid or two. Look, I'm enjoying it. I do want to change it up a little bit. I have bought another account. I was telling Paddy earlier on, I jumped in level 1. Quite interesting. A lot harder, obviously, because you're in the middle of a wipe and there's guys running around with massive equipment, like top tier equipment. But it gave me a nice sense of kind of, freshness to the game. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna wait for the wipe.
Is the game better at the start?
It's because I think you have a goal at the start, and the quests are achievable at the start. It gets to a stage where you're kind of like, oh, that quest is just going to take me forever.
It gets like by the time where we are now, even my normal account, like it's so hard. The stuff
like
is so hard.
You got to last wipe. I remember you saying, "Oh, I don't like. I've nothing really else to do," and that's kind of where I am now. Like I feel like I've got loads of money. I'm getting money with the Bitcoin farm every day, so money really isn't an issue. So
that's when it kind of gets. That's when it falls off.
Yeah,
that's when it falls off for me as well. When you get the Bitcoin farm and the money's pouring in, and the tasks get too difficult.
I do like labs. Like I'm running labs an awful lot now.
Yeah,
an awful lot.
And a lot of people get through the tough task, and I've never done this, but what a lot of people do when they see their end game that keeps them going a bit further than we usually do is Kappa. So we like, and I know what you're saying, like some of the tasks before Kappa are just maddening. They're just like, Jaeger, what do you want me to do now?
Yeah, Jaegers are quite difficult.
But it's like maybe next. Like I always say I'd love to get to Kappa. That's literally I've done it. I've basically completed Tarkov. Like that's just the end goal for most Tarkov players.
I don't know
it just gets to such absurdity.
I'm really thinking it'd be better just to try and focus on getting better at like killing people.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, even like if you squad it up properly and actually try to learn as a squad how to play and actually went to be a proper good squad instead of like going in
shooting each other.
Shooting each other and getting it. But like the game is really good. And I'll be honest, I love it. It's just after a certain amount of time you kind of fall off it and kind of get bored.
Yeah. So I'm kind of mixed between that. I'm still playing a lot of FIFA. Pro Clubs is not going too well this year. Really struggling this year without Jack. And we had another big player leave us as well, Sean. And look, there's like a lot of new players. We're trying to gel very quickly together. The fact that we're in a weird situation where some people are on the PS5 version, some people are on the PS4. We're getting disconnection issues. So it really hasn't been good. Like we've a couple of wins, but we are struggling this season.
Can't go well every year.
we keep it going. Yeah, exactly. We can't go well every year.
He's did Unreal to now, so
Yeah,
Exactly.
the
Come back
two-time
again.
champions. So
yeah.
and
Back to
then
back.
yeah, back to back, and no, we didn't lose at all last season, which is
that's
unbelievable. So Jack is a big loss. He managed the team so well last year. But apart from that, I'm still actually rocking away with F1 as well. Really enjoying
Nice.
that game. I will say to anyone, if you are somebody who's interested in buying a steering wheel, now is the time to get it. They have a really great deal on Amazon, a Black Friday deal, and it's down to about 160 quid. From 300 quid down to 160.
It'll be interesting to play that on the new consoles as well.
Yeah,
To see
yeah.
what difference it makes. I'm sure the FPS makes a difference.
I'd say
on,
it does, yeah, definitely.
On a racing game.
But it's really good. Forza, I'm jumping in and out on that on PC. And actually, the one game that I played with my son the other day, I do want to mention it because it's a golden oldie, is I seen him on the phone playing something like Clash of Clans, one of these city builder games. And I said, look, let's play the original. So I installed Age of Empires, the third one. I said it'll look the best, and it'll still give him the same kind of effect. And he jumped in and he went in just to a skirmish, and he really gelled with the game. Because it's kind of a lot of the stuff now that you do on the mobile city building games, it's a lot more advanced, there's a lot more options. With Age of Empires, you really do bring it back to the basics, especially at the start of a skirmish where you're just collecting wood and it's really good to see somebody like, the age of my son, 9, playing that game and being able to just, play it straight away, and he really loved it. He was delighted. He's jumping on now tomorrow. He plays every Friday after school, so he's looking forward to jumping on tomorrow.
They remastered 2 as well, didn't they?
Yeah, they remastered the 2 of them. They're on Game Pass. So I wanted to, Game Pass. 2 and 3 are on Game Pass.
Nice.
I mean, it's still the same great old Age of Empires, to be honest with you, that I remember back in the day. So it's
I still remember cheats from that game, Age of Empires 2. There was, how do you turn this on?
Yeah, do you like enter?
You enter it into the chat or something. It's how do you turn this on for Age of Empires 2? Was to get the car with the machine guns.
Oh, yes. It was like a Command and Conquer thing.
And Cheesesteak Jimmy, I think it was Cheesesteak Jimmy. Cheesesteak Jimmy got you like 500 food or something.
They remind me. I remember them, dude. Just as you mentioned them now, yeah.
I loved Age of Empires 2. That was one of the games back in the day.
I was looking at kind of reviews, and even the remastered versions, people seem to like 2 over the third one.
2 is where it's at, man. 2 is where it's at.
Yeah, it seems to be. So I might install that because looking at him playing it, I was like, I actually want to jump onto this and bring back some old memories. So might be interesting to stream that. But he enjoyed it, and it's good to see kind of somebody who's Nate's age that has played, a massive Fortnite fan, playing a lot of mobile games, plays a lot of Switch and Minecraft to jump in.
Another season next week, isn't it, or something?
Fortnite, yeah, they're bringing in the Mandalorian. And they're taking out the Avenger characters.
Baby Yoda going to be a pet?
I haven't touched it at all.
No, I didn't see Baby Yoda, but I did see the Mando himself.
There's a game
I'm sure he will be.
You know the baby's going to be there.
It's 100 tier. You can be Baby Yoda.
There's a game. I can't remember the bloody name. I think you love it, but if I can remember the name, it's here somewhere. But what you do is you start off in old Europe, and you start off there, and you can pick England, Scotland, or England, France. All the big nations. You can pick anyone you want to start off with. I always pick Great Britain or whatever to start off with.
Crusader Kings, no?
No, and what it is you're starting off, and then you go into like when they just had rifles and all that kind of stuff, like really old England. And then you have to look after the politics. You have to look after how much land is built. It's like an Age of Empires kind of thing. It's very good. I can't remember the name of it now. But you
sounds a bit like a Shogun game or a Total War game, nearly.
Yeah, it's like a Total War game. Yeah, it's like a Total War game. It's very good. I've completed it like 3 or 4 times.
It's not Age of Infantry, no.
No, it's probably here in this PC somewhere.
Rise of Nations.
No,
it's Age of Infantry before.
It's very good though. If I find it on
Civilization.
Something like Civilization, but it's not that. No, is it here?
Civ 6.
One of the I deleted because I usually play it a lot. I love it.
I know a lot of people say Civ 6 is like, oh, it's no Civ 4, it's no Civ 5. I never played any of those. The first Civilization game I played was Civ 6, and I loved it. I got freaking addicted to it.
What you have to do then is try and take over Europe. It's very good. You take over the whole continent.
Yeah.
Oh, Axis of Power? No.
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 Wish I could bloody remember it. I'll probably look it up if it's right there tomorrow or something.
Loads of those types of games.
Yeah, it's very good.
Total
fun.
War is like the Warhammer 2 one I really, really enjoy. That's probably my favorite, just because I do like fantasy and it is really good, and it brings in the Warhammer lore, and yeah, it really is good.
What was the one that was on Xbox? Is very that Xbox 360. I think it was remade first. I think
was it a Total War?
I can't remember. She's a bad memory tonight.
Hmm.
Just you know the game. You know.
The game with the man.
The Halo Wars.
No,
Yeah.
definitely not.
But like, I mean, we mentioned games there, but most of those games are on Game Pass. Like, it's really good for strategy games. I find anyway. You have other games like Stellaris. Have you ever played that one?
No.
Yeah, it's like a space exploration game. It's really good as well. Yeah, so there's some great strategy games, and they are actually on console as well. So it's nice to see them being brought over to console, because there was a time they were like, these will never work without a keyboard and mouse, and now they're finding ways to do it. So it is nice to see them. So guys, we're going to move on to what was that, Pat?
I said everything works with consoles nowadays.
Yeah,
they
definitely.
said that about MOBAs as well back in the day.
Yeah, mobiles are better than bloody consoles sometimes.
Yeah, they find some interesting ways to use the controller. I like when you hold the left trigger and it brings up that scroll wheel, and you just kind of pick then what item you want and stuff
Streaming
like
off
that.
a mobile for PUBG is massive.
Massive,
Have you ever seen them do it? It's massive.
Yeah.
huge. Like, I don't know, are they sitting there with a controller though, or are they sitting there like...
I think it's a controller, yeah.
Yeah, I think it is controller.
Screen. Not really mobile, then, is it?
No. So let's move on to news, guys. So the first piece of news is we have the PS Plus games for December, and those PS Plus games are Just Cause 4, which is a hell of a lot of fun. It's definitely a game that's great to get for free. It's not one that I'd go out and pay 60 or 70 quid for, but it is a hell of a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's mindless fun. I completely agree with that. It's I don't think I've picked one up since 2, but the Just Cause games are just there. They go to a place, blow it up.
I mean, I think I had a demo, Just Cause 2 demo, and I got a lot of fun out of that. Like,
yeah, Just Cause 2 is great. It's great fun.
So the fourth one is meant to be very good. A couple of guys I know liked them games and bought them and said they're brilliant. Pretty much the same as always. Madness. Tying rockets to cows and stuff like that. I've seen some funny YouTube videos.
You're not there for the story.
No, like, I think the main guy has the most generic action name ever. It's like John Cortez or something like that. Somebody in the chat might be able to help me out there. The other two games are Rocket Arena. I haven't played Rocket Arena. Anyone?
No, unfortunately.
Not the foggiest.
And the one that we were chatting about last week, Worms Rumble, which I'm super excited about this game. I remember Worms, the original Worms.
Yeah, I'd love to play that.
Yeah, I think we should all jump. Yeah. Does anyone
definitely
know
jump on
kind of details on...
I know it's a battle royale. That's about it.
It's a battle royale.
That's all you need to know.
Yeah, well, there you go.
If I don't know how it works, but if it was like a big old game of worms and everybody just has one worm and you're on one of those maps and I don't even know if this is 2D or 3D, honestly.
Yeah.
But if it was 2D and you were just playing worms and you were just trying to kill each other and the last one on the map survives wins, that would be kind of cool.
It's live action though. It's not turn based, isn't it?
I have a trailer here. We might pull it up.
Yeah, check it out.
If it's not turn based, then is it really worms?
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, John, to be honest.
I wouldn't like it.
Everyone turning up.
No, I don't think it is.
Check out the...
Pat said last week, man.
Well, then it's just a battle royale and they put a worm skin on it.
I'm fixing my desktop. Have anyone played oh, Lord, just changed back. Has anyone played Dead Side again?
This too.
It doesn't look turn-based, is it?
No, it's not turn-based.
That's what I'm saying. Well, if it's not, is it 2D or 3D, Ronan? I didn't get to see that.
It's 2D. I think there's like elements of 3D, but it seems like it's over like a 2D plane. I could be wrong there because it does zoom out and you see the
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
old school. But I thought
So it
somebody
wasn't
said in
turn-based,
chat.
it looked live.
Yeah, it did look live. I thought somebody else said last week that it was turn-based, but it didn't seem like that now. I mean, you can definitely make it look like that if you have just turns going off.
Maybe that could be it. Maybe all the turns go off at once.
Yeah, Pat said it's 2D real time, so there you go.
I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's supposed to be quite difficult with 32 players to have turns, wouldn't it?
Yeah, I get that, but
Just be nice to have a bit of a slower pace one though, wouldn't it?
Have to give it a shot and see what's like.
Yeah,
I'll see whenever.
It's 2020, guys. 2020.
Wait, it's on.
that's it.
You said it's on
yeah.
Game Pass. Did you?
Everything's real time now. Game Pass. It's on PS Plus.
PS
Well, that's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'll give it a go.
It's 100 gigs.
Forget it.
So is PS Plus doing enough with the new generation, or is this kind of lackluster? The lackluster.
Well, I
when
will
we were
say
getting two extra games on PS Plus when the PS4 came out.
The PS5 as well. I don't know if it's on that list. The PS5 does have bug snacks this month as well.
Okay.
For free.
Nice.
Which
You
I
should
will
just
get at
drop
some
like
stage.
God of War in there, just like there you go, guys.
Oh,
Thank you.
God of War is free. They have a whole list of PS4 classics that you can pick up off the PlayStation Plus, like about 20 of them now for free on the PlayStation 5.
God of War is free.
Is that PS
Yeah,
Now
on
or
PlayStation.
PS Plus?
PS Plus.
I thought it was PS Now. That's brilliant.
That's cool.
No, PS Plus with the PS Plus subscription.
So when I get my PS5 next week, I can download God of War.
Yeah, for free.
Awesome.
Did you know
As
how
long as
God
you
of
have a
War?
PS Plus.
No, I didn't clear God of War.
Did you own it though? Didn't you?
I got a lend of it.
Oh, okay. Great game.
Yeah, I played up to. Somebody said play up to the stranger fight. Thought it
Someone
was one of the
said
best
the
boss battles I've ever played, and then just life took over. I think we were in the middle of the Tarkov binge at that stage.
Someone said that The Last of Us 2 is going on sale as well, big time, like down to 24 quid or something.
Yeah, I feel like all games do that though, especially
Yeah.
single player games. They always drop massively in price after a month or two.
I've actually, my brother bought Assassin's Creed Valhalla, so I'm probably going to play it. We game share or whatever we do.
Yeah.
Why not?
Might play it for the crack. For the crack.
Yeah,
Off the top of my head, I can't remember too many more of them, but like it's like God of War, The Last Guardian, Final Fantasy 15. There's a list of
awesome.
like of 20 games or something that you can get. Bloodborne is there, of games you can just pick up for free on the PlayStation 5 if you have PlayStation Plus. Pretty
the
cool.
PS Plus collection, is that what we're looking at?
Probably.
Yes. Yeah.
So Batman Arkham Knight, that's a great
That's
game.
there, yeah.
Battlefield 1, another very, very good game. Black Ops 3, Crash Bandicoot, Insane Trilogy, Days Gone. I mean, what the?
Yeah.
These are games
Days
that I
Gone
was
is
going to
great.
pick up. Yeah, I wanted to play Days Gone. Detroit
You get it
Become
for free,
Human,
dude.
Fallout 4, Final Fantasy
Is
15.
PS Plus going up in price? I think it's something.
You could imagine.
Could be.
God of War, Infamous Second Son, The Last Guardian, The Last of Us Remastered, Monster Hunter World, Mortal Kombat 10, Persona 5, Ratchet and Clank, Resident Evil 7, Uncharted 4, Until Dawn. That's a really hot collection
It's an
there.
unreal list. That's some mighty
Yeah.
games to play there.
It's really good. All for free once you have a PlayStation 5 and you have a PlayStation Plus membership.
That's really, really good. I'm impressed with that now.
That's
Fair play
back
to them.
against Xbox
Yeah.
Game Pass.
Yeah, that's what it seems like, isn't it? That's
Yeah.
brilliant.
Yeah.
I can't wait for the next God of War. Honestly, can't wait. It's my fucking. It's one
No.
of them games you're just dying to get. your hands on.
I'll definitely play God of War. And
I'm not. The Cyberpunk 2077 is actually coming out on the 10th of December. They're definitely coming out now.
Yeah,
Definitely,
they have
definitely.
it on. No, they have it on disc now. Did you see the thing? They're
I didn't see it.
recording.
No,
Yeah, it's gone gold. It's on disc.
nice.
it's
Wow.
it's definitely one of them things that's going to be a collectible. Which makes the Xbox One has a 2077 version, and they don't have the game. It's just like it's a bit weird. It's been out
But
for ages.
they have a custom, do they?
Yeah, they've a custom, and it's been out for ages, and no one's touched it. And it's I don't know why will you buy it yet. It's not even out in the next generation yet at all.
Wow.
What I like as well, just quickly going back to Cyberpunk, what I really liked was their Twitter team over the whole people freaking out about them doing all the delays, because they just made light of it the whole time. One of their recent ones was, we got to come clean, folks. Cyberpunk 2077 never existed. We just wanted to hang out with Keanu Reeves.
Oh,
That's
Keanu.
a good excuse. I have actually seen his new film, the what's it called, Bill and Ted. I'm afraid to watch it. It's one of them things.
The young lad was watching
supposed to be
the
good.
new SpongeBob movie, and he's
I
bloody in
watched
it as a
I
bush.
watched it.
That's a
Very
good movie.
It's a good movie. Yeah.
I love
watched
it.
I watched it with the daughter. She wanted to watch it.
Yeah.
Sure,
Same as
sure,
that.
Paddy, sure.
That's a good movie, though.
It
I
is a
love
very
the
good
animation
movie.
in it as well.
Poor SpongeBob.
Because I was like, "There's the guy from
He lost,
Cyberpunk." The young
he
lad was
lost,
like, "What?"
he lost his snail. No spoilers. He lost his snail. He has to go find him.
Gary.
Nate called him John Wick because of Fortnite.
Yeah, because of Fortnite.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
He's in
It's
Fortnite.
Neo. He's in Neo, all right.
Yeah. What
By
a
the way,
man.
I learned, and I'm gonna. It's not gonna sound great, but I saw a video of the guy who voices SpongeBob, and I learned how he does the laugh. Do you know how he does the laugh?
No.
He does that. He does that with his freaking. He does that every time.
Nice.
Yeah. What you call it? Keanu Reeves. I can't wait to see. That's another thing. Matrix movie. I wonder what that's gonna be like.
Yeah.
I don't like John Wick just because it's just over the top.
I've
I don't
only
mind the
seen-
first one, but like after that, I won't watch it again because it's the same
Eddie,
film.
here's the caveat. I've only seen the first one, so I
Only
don't
seen
know
the
how to
first one
feel about
either.
the rest of them.
No, but I would.
Number
Well,
2 and
no,
3
come
are
on,
the
Paddy.
exact same movies again.
Yeah, but that's why I
just-
wouldn't. That's why I wouldn't watch it again because I know
Yeah.
what it is. The same.
Okay,
movie.
fair enough. That's fair enough.
It's always the same. Same as like Fast and Furious.
Yeah, I like the first one, but I haven't seen any rest of them.
I've actually watched. I watched Fast and Furious 1 and Tokyo Drift. I won't watch the rest of them because they're all shite.
It's I just found John Wick to be kind of mindless entertainment
is,
with
yeah.
kind of high production on the action. But in
Oh,
terms
He's
of
very good. Like,
yeah,
it's like if you compare John Wick to like The Matrix is in a different world of a film.
yeah,
You know, compared to what it was, and at the time it was unbelievable. For and then-
How do people
first one
feel
was
about?
unbelievable.
How do people feel about the second one? Not the third one, because everybody hates the third one. How do people feel about the second one?
it's not compared to the first one.
I actually, again, I do prefer the first one, but I actually quite like the second one. And
But
so a
it's-
lot of people disagree with me on that.
I've always said before, I don't like action movies. It's because I've seen them so many times. It's the same thing over and over and over. When you get a film like The Matrix, that's basically all about the story, and there is action in it, but it's just
Yeah.
minimal. It's minimal, but it's a lot about the story. And then you get to the second one, it goes more about the action than it does the story. And
Yeah.
that's where Hollywood takes over all the time because they lose that production value. They always have a great idea, and it's always in an independent. You know what I mean? An independent person with very little money has a great idea. Then they get money, and then they get the rule book out, and they go, "Yeah, we'll do this, we'll do this, we'll do this."
And I'd also say the first one ages a lot better than the second one because
Oh, yeah,
the first
100%.
one they have the bullet time and stuff, which is fine.
Yeah.
But the second one they decided let's put in 50 Agent
Over the
Smiths.
top.
But no, let's put in 50 Agent Smiths into the screen. It'll look great. And like legitimately now it looks like PS2 graphics. Like
Yeah.
you look at it now and you're like, oh, it doesn't look good at all.
Speaking of
But
PS2, there was a game, wasn't there? That was I actually
Yeah, it was
got a
very-
lot
it
of
was good.
enjoyment out of that.
Good.
Yeah.
Enter the Matrix.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with
Yeah.
nothing to do with Neo at all.
Wasn't it?
Very good.
Wasn't it Will Smith's wife used? She was the character.
Yeah.
in,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There were two characters from the second movie. Yeah, it was another guy. He was also in the second movie, and it was what I think it's basically is what they were doing.
Yeah. That's a
during
good
The
game.
Matrix.
It's
yeah.
a very good game. Man.
It was
Honest
in it was I remember they had Matrix in, now I could be wrong with this, but I think Conker's Bad Fur Day had a Matrix mission where you go in as the squirrel, but you know the part where all the pillars are and Neo is jumping
Yeah.
around the wall and he has like the jacket full of guns. That was in another game. I believe it was Conker's Bad Fur Day, but somebody correct me on that.
Might
But
be.
it was
That's a very
brilliant
old
as well. Yeah, but it's an old one.
The
That's
Matrix. Those spoilers of the Matrix movies, like 20-something years old. So
Spoiler
used to always
alert.
make me laugh. In the first one, they were like, "Oh, it's fine if you kill people in the real world because none of them will be able to hack. Most of them won't be able to hack the fact that they've been in a simulation." So it was basically giving them a right to just, when they just kill everybody in that room, and you're like, they're killing innocent people.
Isn't that
But-
statistic
but-
now?
But they have this one throwaway line where it's like, oh no, they wouldn't be able to hack it outside the Matrix, so it doesn't matter, kill them. And then by the third one, their plan is to unplug everybody from the Matrix. It's
Yeah.
like, wait, the first one,
Full circle.
all right, whatever.
I wouldn't want to be unplugged. Sound like a shithole.
Yeah, I agree with you, but you know what that makes us? It's that guy from the first one who's the baddie who wants to stay in the
Oh, he
Matrix.
kills
Yeah.
everybody. And
It's us.
he's a good actor. He's in Sopranos as well.
Yeah, he's in
But
Memento too.
Isn't that a statistic now? That's 50-50 chance that we're in a simulation. Do you see
Yeah.
that? It's probably, it makes sense to me.
Yeah.
Matrix.
So the next news is big piece of news, guys. Capcom leak reveals possibly games in the works. Capcom were recently hacked with a customized ransomware attack, which reveals many games in the works for the years to come. Here is a list of the biggest names listed. Resident Evil Outrage in Q4 of
It
21.
sounds like a mobile game.
Yeah, doesn't it? Yeah. It's like a co-op shooter. Or like,
It sounds like the reception to Resident Evil 6.
it's one of those, is it isometric where one guy is the zombie and then you have to kind of fend off with the group. It sounds like one of those games.
AO's in it.
Dragon's Dogma 2. If anyone hasn't played Dragon's Dogma 1, it's brilliant. It's
Never finished it, but what I played of it was a long game, but what I played of it's very good.
It's really good. It tried so many different things and different mechanics. And
I've seen Dogma.
yeah,
that's a good movie.
Yeah, Dogma is a good movie. There's a Dragon's Dogma animation now on Netflix, and it's actually very good. And it follows the same story as the original game. Worth checking out. That game is loved. Street Fighter 6. Going to be another big one in Q3 of 2022.
You need to hack them to find that one out.
Yeah. These are just games.
Doesn't sound like a hack at all.
Rockman, Mega Man in North America in Q3 of 22. Resident Evil 4 remake. That's a big one. Like I hope to do like a remake like they did with Resi 2. Just go all out.
Resident 3 didn't do well at all.
No, I didn't even play that game.
And there's reason. It's because it's for me. I think I will play it. If I think it was on sale recently, I think I missed it, but it was too dear, and I kept hearing that like
third one.
And day one, I heard people clearing it in one stream.
Yeah,
like where I'm doing a stream of Resident Evil 3. Oh, it's cleared, and I was like, do I want to pay $60 for that? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doesn't do it to speed run, isn't it? A massive speed
Resi 2 remake was absolutely brilliant. One of my favorite experiences when it came out. It was
I completely
unreal.
agree with you. But Resi 2 would be one of my favorite ones, even from back in the day. But with Resi 4, it definitely could do with a remake because the controls in that game are, for lack of a better term, arse, in my opinion. But we're getting to the point where the games didn't look too bad, so I'm wondering what they will do with a remake. Do you know what I mean?
I think that game could see a major increase in graphics because I think if you look back now, it looks okay, it looks playable, but if they give it the same attention as they did with 2 and 3, I think it'd be really, really good. And it's a lot of people's favorite Resident Evil. Mine is definitely 2, but 4 is massively loved.
4 is fantastic.
We got Monster Hunter 6 here, Biohazard Apocalypse. That connection with Resi as well.
Yeah, Biohazard is Resi.
How many Resident Evil games are coming out?
So we got Outrage and Apocalypse, definitely 2 mobile games. We're after getting like the really kind of back to the originals.
Biohazard probably after 6.
Yeah, it seems like a continuation of those messy games. Final Fight remake. I never played Final Fight. Pat might be able to listen to that one. Power Stone remake, Ultra, and another Resident Evil Hank, likely Hunk.
This is not a hack. This is a guess.
Oh, Hunk.
Yeah.
Yeah, Hunk is he's the guy. He's the freaking military man. He's the military guy that is in Resident Evil series.
Okay.
Yeah.
The next piece of news, Paddy, you might be able to give us some information on this, but Super Mario pumping them numbers. A rare copy of Super Mario Bros. 3 was recently sold at auction for $156,000, making it the world's most expensive video game ever sold. Heritage Auctions said in a press release, while the condition of the game is remarkable, what makes this copy even more singular is the layout of the packaging itself. Exceedingly rare are sealed copies with the word Bros formatted to the left, covering one of Mario's signature white gloves. Wow.
Yeah. It's just one of the things. If something is different to everything else that's there, it's going to be worth
rarity.
Money. It goes with what the main topic of the show is tonight. The collector's market right now is gone bananas. There's a lot of money in the world, and people are paying a lot of money for stuff. It's just the way it is, and it'll go back down again. But that's not. I'd say that's going to be the most expensive game for now. But then something else is going to come up in a few weeks again. If one of them, what are they called? The Nintendo, them cards they gave away at the Nintendo Championship card.
Yeah.
If one of them comes back up again for sale, it's $200,000 probably. Do you know what I mean? It's the same things. The old Nintendo games make a savage amount of money. Yeah. Anything that's graded has to be, if it's A graded. Another thing that's a good thing, the Pokemon cards have blown out of the water right now.
And on streaming as well. Like it's massive now again. Massive.
Unboxing. If you buy, you can buy the original. If you buy the booster packs, if you can buy a box of them, they're for 10 grand. It's just like, and we bought them for £3 a piece.
Yeah,
it's just a collector's market right now.
It's gotten massive. Even on Twitch, it's become the new in thing to do on like the Let's Chat kind of non-gaming section.
What's your man's name on YouTube? He blew it up.
Logan Paul.
Logan Paul did single-handedly blew up the Pokemon
just opening
market.
a few packets of Pokemon.
He just really got into it, and like there's loads of people like Gary Vaynerchuk and stuff like that. They're all investing in it now. They're all buying the cards, and they're all bringing the market up. Everyone's buying them because the Charizards and stuff, they can be worth 100 grand a piece to get your hands on them. So it's worth paying. If you had the money, it's worth paying 10 grand for a box.
Basically buying sealed like 90s boxes and opening them and being like, this card right here, oh my god, it's mint condition, this is worth 5 grand. This is nothing. I got the card. People on Twitch who know Pokemon are going, oh my god,
kind of like Ultimate Team
but
just costs way more.
I was going to say with actual monetary value potential rather than
not disappears after 1 year.
I think as well the way the market's going with the games and stuff, that's going more digital, but the older stuff's going to get more expensive, a lot more. Keep going, because we're going to start losing the value. Like people are not going to be buying physical anymore, but people are going to want it because nobody else wants it, has it. Sorry, so like since I started buying and selling, the prices have gone up like drastically,
especially with games. Yeah, the further we go into the digital age,
some consoles have gone up 60, 70 quid in 2 years. Do you know what I mean? That's big. That's a big jump. It is a big jump for like you could be. It's massive. It's collector's market again. I think the crash is probably coming next year. We all know what's happening. Do you know what I mean? So it'll probably go back down again. Then, but I'd say collect. Like collecting.
The thought of collecting for me is nice.
Yeah. If you had somewhere
to actually go and. I have the attic. Like I have like a lot of stuff up there. Remember, I told you I have the Pokemon cards, but they're 2016 cards. Like,
but they might be worth money in 20 years ago.
I boxed them up and sealed them and
again, if
dug a hole in the garden.
Go for the weirdest things you can, because the weirdest stuff is the stuff that not a lot of people want. But by the time it comes to value, there's not a lot left because not a lot of people wanted it. You get me? So then people want it.
So would that Cyberpunk console, would that be worth?
Yeah, if you kept
something like that sealed would be crazy.
Sealed, you have to keep them sealed or have to keep them in the box. Like good, like they PlayStation. Remember they released the ones. What edition was it? 20,000 edition or something? What was it? The special edition.
They were class.
Like they're worth. You can get them now. Say a normal PlayStation is worth 200 quid maybe at the minute. Like if PlayStation 4, them ones are worth 600 quid. To get me, so like you could have bought that. You could have bought that a couple of years ago for 400. It's worth 600 now, and it's going to keep going.
Yeah,
keep going.
Wow.
Special edition. There's not that many made. It's all about less made, the better. I've got a couple of games that are that've only like 3,000 made or something like that.
What's your most expensive game? If you were to sell now on the market today?
I don't know. I'd have to look it up. I don't know. There's ones there, but probably a couple of $100 quid. That's probably what it is.
Yeah, I mean, still. It's for a game.
Oh yeah,
it's not bad. You need to keep I never let it go. I'll probably keep them for as long as possible. I've also got do you know when the English released the new fivers?
Yeah,
I got one that had like one of the first barcodes on
Clinton class.
And I keep them as well. This is one of the things, you just put it away and see what happens in the future.
Yeah, definitely. I know it's nice.
You thought about back then. I had all the Pokemon cards, but imagine you kept all your Pokemon cards from back then. You'd be sitting on an absolute fortune now. All you had to do was put them away. It's
not that long ago. Like when you think about it,
or 25 years ago. We're old now. No, it's not 20 years ago. 15 years ago. You know what I mean? 15, 16 years ago.
Wow.
It's not that long ago.
No,
They're worth a fortune. I've had that Charizard card. I've had the Blastoise that's worth 10 grand. You know, we've had them.
Probably. Yeah.
We've had them in our hands, and then I put them in a book, and my little brother wrecked them.
Sure, that'd be worth nothing.
No.
So the next piece of news, guys, is the Golden Joystick Awards are out. The Golden Joystick Awards have come and gone, with The Last of Us 2 taking home quite a few of the trophies. Let's see what won what. The best storytelling is The Last of Us 2. Best multiplayer game, Fall Guys. I think you'll be both happy with that one. Fall Guys, did it come and go? Is it still hanging about, or?
It's hanging about. It definitely.
I think Among Us kind of took the flare off it, didn't it?
It really did, but it's still getting good enough numbers on Twitch and stuff. People are still getting enjoyment out of it, but Among Us really took the sting
Can
out
you
of it.
play? Can you play it on mobile?
Yeah. Oh, Fall Guys. No, I don't think so.
It'd
I
be a
don't
good,
think so.
be a good mobile game.
Yeah. Best visual design is The Last of Us 2 again. Best game expansion is the customs expansion is No Man's Sky Origins. Mobile game of the year is Lego Builder's Journey. Best audio, The
course.
Last of Us 2. Best indie game, Hades. I need to play that
Yes.
game. That sounds right down my alley.
Aiden would completely agree with that. He's mad for me to play it because he knows it's the kind of game I play.
Yeah.
Like, I'm a big Binding of Isaac fan. I'm a big
Yeah.
any roguelike game. I play the hell out of them. And as you know yourself, Ronan, I know you're a big fan of. Can't think off the top of my head what they're called, but it's the Bastion crowd. It's the Transistor crowd. That's who makes it.
Supergiant.
Yes, Supergiant make
Yeah.
it. So I know you're a big fan of their games.
Yeah,
anyway.
yeah, love them. Bastion is phenomenal. Still playing. Award goes to Minecraft, and my son is still playing that game.
Yeah.
This day I use it in the classroom for team building exercises. Absolutely
Can't
brilliant.
dispute it. Can't
Love
dispute
it.
it.
Studio of the Year, Naughty Dog. I thought the Cyberpunk guys were going to get that one.
They don't have a game yet.
They don't have a game. Esports Game of the Year is Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Yeah, that seems about right. Best new streamer broadcaster, I Am Brandon. Best family game, Fall Guys. Best gaming community, Minecraft. Best performer, Sandra Sade, who played Kamala Khan. Breakthrough Award is Inner Slot from Among Us. Outstanding contribution, the gaming industry. Okay.
Probably a COVID thing, like that they pulled through during COVID. You know,
This is actually
I can hear the thing in my head.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
this is actually really cool. PC Game of the Year goes to Death Stranding. I played the first, I'm going to say, hour of that game, and I loved what I played. Like, I really thought this is something that I've never played before. Loved its weirdness, loved its sci-fi atmosphere. Really, really enjoyed it. I need to get back to that game.
Same. I played a few hours myself, but never.
Yeah,
only like 5 or 6, and I didn't
Yeah.
stop playing. I didn't stop playing for any particular reason. It's just that something else, like a freaking magpie, I got distracted by something shiny,
Yeah.
so I need to go back to it myself.
I enjoyed what I seen now. Best game and hardware is the Nvidia GeForce RTX 380. PlayStation Game of the Year goes to The Last of Us 2. Xbox Game of the Year goes to, I like this, Ori and the Will of the Wisp. That is a great series of games. Ori is just, the art style is probably the best you'll ever see in a video game. Unbelievable. Nintendo Game of the Year goes to Animal Crossing New Horizons. Most wanted game is God of War Ragnarok. Paddy will agree with that one. The Critics' Choice goes to Hades. And the Ultimate Game of the Year goes to The Last of Us 2. So with all the criticism that The Last of Us 2 got, it still stands as one of the most popular games of the year.
It is. Yeah. It's a very Marmite game because there is a big contingent of people that absolutely adore that game. Where I stand, I am somewhere in the middle. I think I gave it like a 7, which isn't a bad score at all. It has its problems, but like looking back on it, like when I reflect on it, I did enjoy most of the game. It's just that, again, I'm not giving any spoilers away, but there's a thing in the game that a lot of people dislike that happens fairly early on. That actually didn't affect me as much as it affected other people.
Or me.
Yeah. Oh yeah. You've played it. I forgot you played it actually.
Yeah.
But then also there's another thing that people are annoyed about as well, that I can definitely see more why people are annoyed by this. And my other third thing, again, no spoilers, is that game has so many freaking, well, again, this is a game that came out this year, and it's a massively talked about game. This one I think warrants no spoilers. But
I think when you get to a certain point after like 6-7 months, it's just like if you haven't bought the game,
well,
that's kind of on you.
I don't need to spoil it to explain what I'm saying, and I don't like spoilers myself. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that game, it ends about 5 times, and it overstayed its welcome for me a little bit. A bit like, and again, I didn't mind it, but a bit like Red Dead Redemption 2, when the game basically ends and then it's the 6-hour epilogue. It's like, I thought this game was over. Okay, we're doing this now.
Let's go farming with John Marston for another 6 hours.
It was a bit weird.
There was a bit, and I swear to God, this actually happened. And I did a review back in the day on the channel about it, and I mentioned this as well. But I was in a room on my own, and when we'll say the actual kind of final act started happening, because I wanted to finish it in the final sitting, and I was already playing for about 6 or 7 hours. I was like, I want to finish this game, and I was actually like on a room on my own, out loud, like a crazy person, saying, "It's still going. It's still going. It's still going." And there was still another like 3 hours.
You got your money's worth.
Yeah,
I
but
did
that's
get my money's
I
worth.
can imagine it was hell to develop. Like, you imagine coming to the end, it's like, right, let's push another 6 hours out here, guys. It's like, no.
You'd wonder if they had different people on different parts of the story, because it did go off a bit.
Well, the story is mainly done by Ronan. Again, you'll probably know better than me. Oh, Neil Druckmann. I can't think of his name. That's not in my head.
In Red Dead?
Oh, are you talking about Red Dead? No, I'm talking about
Yeah.
Last of Us 2.
Oh, Red Dead.
Sorry.
You're all right.
But Last of Us 2, like, yeah, well, I was going to say, Neil Druckmann did, like, he basically does, like, the entire story. That's kind of his thing.
Yeah.
Very dour, man. I'm just going by the way he writes stories. Everything is always very pessimistic. And
Yeah. He wrote,
you know what I mean?
He was brought in to write Uncharted 4 as well.
Yes.
And I actually think Uncharted 4 is brilliant.
Yeah. Again, I do actually like The Last of Us 2. It's just that they made some decisions that kind of made me go, but it didn't hurt me enough for me to be like, this game is crap, like a lot of people brought it to. And the moment-to-moment gameplay, I actually found very fun. It went through this weird kind of curve for me where I was like, oh, this is fun. And then it got a bit samey. And then something happens in the game, and
No spoilers.
That's what I'm going to say. That's a tough one not to spoil. But something happens in the game, and you get a whole new weapon set up, and you get a whole new way of playing the game, and you.
Well, that's because you're a different character.
Okay, fine. The character
it's
change
a bit
happens.
obvious.
Spoiler alert!
The character change happens, and then you have a new way of playing, a whole new different weapon layout, and a whole new everything.
A whole new world.
That kind of happened.
And the second character, we're getting into mid spoilers now. The character who all the people have a freaking problem with was way more fun to play with, and they had the way better weapons.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Spoiler.
Yeah, spoiler alert. Guys, we got some upcoming releases. The next one, I'm proud to say
sorry, Ronan, just very quickly. A
No spoilers.
lot of people are upset that Ghost of Tsushima won nothing. Just I had to throw that out there.
Yeah.
I had to throw that in there.
Yeah, a lot of love for that game.
Which I can understand. Maybe art direction again, but Last of Us 2 looks beautiful, so I can understand why that won that. But Ghost of Tsushima looks beautiful. But when it comes to storyline and gameplay, and people are going to hate me, gameplay, I've played a lot of games like it before, and the storyline is only okay. That's my 2 cents.
Okay. So, upcoming releases. We heard about this game even before it had a name. It is John Romero's Empire of Sin, and we've got a gameplay trailer. The release date is December the 1st, guys, which is...
It's weird that it's not coming in the next generation console, though.
Yeah. I'm sure this is going to be... Yeah, I get you. It's still playable, though, isn't it?
I don't think so on PS5 or anything. No mention of PS5 or Xbox or anything.
Yeah. So it's coming next Tuesday, the 1st of December. I'm looking forward to this game. I like games like this. We are going to have a look at the trailer. Just going to pull it over. Sorry about this really bad production, but this is the best we have for this evening.
Peggy 16. Ronnie O'Neill. He's been a thorn in my side. And now he says he wants to cut a deal. He doesn't know what's coming. But first, let's go back to the beginning. A week ago, I got into Chicago. And as soon as I did, I started handing out my calling card. It wasn't long before I was building an empire and making contacts. I had a few ups and downs along the way. Eddie and Marie fell in love and ran off. And sure, Tammy's the best shot in town. If she doesn't show up drunk, that is. And Jack? No one would mess with Jack. Old Ronnie didn't take too well to my way of doing business. Now he thinks he's got me pegged. He ain't got nothing. What he doesn't know is I've been making deals all around town, and I got just enough cops to look the other way. Those who work with me are afraid of nothing. I almost feel bad for the guy. He's just a step on my way to the top. But if it wasn't me taking him down, it'd be somebody else. Think you got what it takes?
The Empire.
Come and get it.
So, who's interested in that one, guys? Are you going to pick it up? Or I know I will anyway.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Remember that game run that we got to review before? That was an indie game.
Yeah.
Remember you reviewed it?
Yes, I do remember that game.
It's very like it, isn't it?
Yeah, extremely like it. It's the same style. It's that kind of. It's to me, it looks like a mix of XCOM and Paradox. Do a lot of. They do that Stellaris game that I was talking about earlier on. They do a lot of different getting pop-ups here. I just want to check the name of that game. They do a lot of different strategy games, and I mean it's quite interesting that this game is developed right here in Ireland, in Galway, in Romero Games. So I want to support the,
Friend of the show.
guys. Friend of the show.
I definitely support it. Like to be honest, like
Yeah.
the graphics are very poor, but I suppose it might get better.
Yeah, but I think games like that, because it's showing you really close in, zoomed in, a lot of that game will be played zoomed out.
Yeah.
You know, looking down on.
It kind of looks like click turn-based kind of.
Yeah, definitely.
Moving
is.
Same
around,
as
yeah,
XCOM 2. Like
Yeah.
XCOM 2, the models aren't to freaking
Yeah.
sniff at, but XCOM 2 is literally one of the most addictive games ever created by mere mortals.
I just wonder, is it coming to next gen? Maybe not. It's strange that they didn't release it coming on the next generation straight away. Go straight to PS5 and
It might
Xbox.
be a budget issue. Like they're an indie,
Maybe.
an indie company.
Fair
No,
enough.
a game like that, I wouldn't put too much stock in graphics and stuff.
I'd say John Romero will get a lot of back end though if you look for it. Like,
Yeah, I mean Paradox are a big deal. Like they're publishing the game.
kind of
and
a
they
big
are.
deal.
Kind of a big deal.
That's a John Romero walks into the podcast. Kind of a big deal. Hey, you are.
Yeah, he is. He can say
It
that.
pretty much is.
Hey, you like the first person shooter genre?
Kind of a big deal.
I'd have invented it.
So yeah, best of luck to the
I
launch
love
of that
the.
game.
If you watch documentaries on Netflix, he's in them. They're brilliant. The ones
Yeah.
very good. What's that one called? I'm fucking memory like a Civ thing. Very
I
good.
saw one about id in general. I think it was called the id factor or something like that.
It's very good. But that
Yeah,
one I was talking
really
with
good.
Ronan is definitely like very like that game.
Yeah,
Whatever it was called.
yeah, it's definitely the same style. It's like a top-down, turn-based.
What is your man that made it? Be like, John, no. John, I gave you that game in confidence. Hey, I'm a kind of a big deal.
Where are my notes gone?
I just wing it.
There was another trailer. Okay. The other trailer is
Yeah.
called Chronos Before the Ashes. I'm going to pull this trailer up and it'll give me a chance to get my notes back. Again, I do apologize for the
It's
drag
like
and drop.
Anchorman. It's like Anchorman. He's nothing without his notes.
Rated
Yeah.
C for teen.
He'll say anything.
So this is Chrono.
We had that before with the
Yeah, we did have
Fortnite.
that before.
Oh yeah, what was it?
Let's check out the trailer.
It was some like dramatic pause.
Chronos, Before the Ashes. Before the Ashes is the prequel to the beloved smash hit Remnant from the Ashes, developed by Gunfire.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
John,
As a nameless hero,
Yeah.
your task is to explore the labyrinth and
Yes.
discover its
this is a
unknown
prequel to Remnant of
mysteries.
the Ashes.
No, is it?
The
That's what you said.
labyrinth is a dangerous
Oh, do you know what?
place with
When I was
enemies
watching the
lurking
trailer, I
in
obviously
dark
missed that.
places,
When I was watching the
waiting
trailer, I
for
was
the
like, that
moment to
freaking
attack.
the altar thing. That's the bonfire looked very.
Yeah.
I was like that. That very much.
check
looks
it out.
like-
Even some of the
Use
enemies,
a
look.
combination of strength and magic to work your way through the maze.
Probably the players'
Carefully
voices are
match
not
your
actually in this
weapon
trailer.
with your skill
If you
points.
watch the trailer again,
Some
please watch somewhere
weapons
else.
play towards
Okay, they hear us.
agility,
Sorry, folks.
while others
Yeah, they can hear us. Yeah, we're not.
Okay. Woo, they got it that too.
Yeah, I thought you knew that, sorry.
Understanding
No,
your
it's fine.
enemies and learning their
That's
attack
okay,
patterns
that
is key to moving forward, like an
So yeah, no,
African dance.
perfect. Yeah,
you need
that's
to
like
master
Seth
the
Ronan at
basics
Red Time
if you
of,
want to
Rebels of the
survive. Techniques like attacking, blocking, dodging, and parrying will be vital. Otherwise, even the simplest foes will
You actually just messaged me there about the
But even the
Yeah,
best
that's right, you literally
laid
just did. I
plans
was
will
reading it.
lie, and success is not always guaranteed.
No.
Death
I know
is
I have a
not the end.
PS5 and everybody's
Upon
waiting
your
for it, but
heroes
I'll wait to play
reawakening,
Demon Souls.
you'll
And I have
notice
my
something.
4K TV.
Yeah, that's
See no difference at all. No, I'm joking.
yeah.
Probably.
Okay, I'm a little bit more interested in that game than I was. So Remnant of the Ashes, it's a prequel to that game, so obviously same developers. Looks a little bit different in terms of the art style, but I'll definitely check it out.
Yeah, a little bit cartoony.
Yeah.
Is it
compared
out?
to Remnant.
Is it out?
December 1st, it said on the trailer. I saw that.
I mean,
Yeah.
fucking-
Yeah, December 1st for both of those games, Empire of Sin and Chronos. Before the Ashes. Before the Ashes, I mean.
he's getting
makes sense.
Cyberpunk day one.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one on PC, though, because it's the first person shooter and I want to stream it probably.
Cool.
There you go.
What's it gonna be? 70 quid.
That's another thing, a little side topic here, but that kind of threw me for a loop. I forgot that, like, I was like, I'll just pick up Demon Souls. It's $79.99. I was like,
Yeah,
oh,
Demon
yeah.
Souls is the most expensive.
I was like, they're €10. If for the basic edition is now 80 quid. I was like, oh, yeah, that's a thing now.
I don't know if it's gonna be a lot of games. I'd say it'll go down in price again.
What's the streaming options on PS5 just before we jump into topic of the week? Is there any additions to streaming to maybe.
I haven't looked, Ronan, so I
Yeah.
don't know.
Let us know.
I will.
Topic of the week, guys, we're going to be talking about scalpers.
Bastards.
Love them or hate them. Paddy, I'm going to let you jump on this one first because you're kind
I
of.
don't know.
Jump in there.
There's a lot of on in the Republican players, especially. There's a lot of people on both sides of the fence, and and you can see where both come from. I'm not, as I said, I'm not on. I'd say I'm sitting in the middle, whereas I don't think it's correct for somebody to be buying. Some English group bought 1,500 of them. That's not nice. But again, people buying one for themselves and then one to sell, I don't see a problem with it. To be honest with you, they got it and they made some money on it. It's a free economy, you know what I mean? You can do
How
what you
dare
want.
you?
How dare you?
No,
Like-
I'm messing. I'm
no,
totally
but like,
with you.
I understand where people come from. Like, but there's people going out of their way to message people selling it and trying to mess them around. Like, what are you wasting your time for? It's not going to make a difference. They're still going to sell it. I said earlier on, the market is the market, and it chooses what's the prices and stuff. It's the same as eBay, same as anything. If you go to eBay about it, like I'm buying and selling games a long time. If you go to eBay and find what the last sale was, that's what the value of that game is. You know, the general sale. If you have 20 sales and every single one of them say 15 quid, your stuff is worth 15 quid. Do you get me? So like if stuff is online for €1,500 and it's selling for €1,500, that's how much it's worth. And it's unfortunate. But people are buying it. So why are people buying it if it's so bad? You know
Is
what I
it
mean?
business? Is it just business? Can you put it down to that?
Yeah, it is. But it's not important. Like, it is just business. It's money.
Like, I'm going to bring up the eBay listing here on the PS5. So the top one here is €929, 665,
If you go to
890.
if you go to up the top there,
And as you can see here, there's bids on these. So
Yeah,
is the bid 890?
yeah, it could be. But if you go up to see at the top, the advanced settings, if you go to say sold items,
Advanced settings,
yeah, up the top, you can see it on the right hand side of search. I think
right hand side.
see advanced
No.
on the see where the blue search is. See
Yeah.
blue search.
Oh, advanced here,
Yeah,
yeah.
advanced there. Click advanced,
Okay.
and
And
then
then-
you probably see you can click sold listings. See sold listings down the bottom, 3 down, title and description, complete listings, and then sold listings.
Title, description. Oh no, I'm not. Oh yeah, title, description, sold listings. So sold listings, and then hit
Yeah, click
search.
sold listings and click search. Yeah.
Sony PlayStation Digital Edition is 843 quid.
Yeah,
Sold.
and that's sold. That's exactly,
955 quid sold.
that's what people are buying it for. That's it. That, you know what I mean? That's what's been sold for. So that's the market value right now. See, it's all 955, 1,000. So that's how much it's worth. And that's the way it works. That's the way the market works. So if anyone's complaining about it, there's people buying it, and it's the people that are buying its fault that it's so much money. If you didn't buy it, it wouldn't be so much money. Trust me.
Yeah, Paddy, I agree with you. Like pretty much nearly the whole way. What the only caveat I would put in, which you already touched on, I'm not saying you didn't, is it's a new age. It's a new age for scalpers. With, and I know COVID has something got to do with this, that they couldn't physically sell them in the shop, so it was basically all online for the most part. But when, again, you were touching on when like people buying freaking 1,000 of them. And not just, I know it was a conglomerate of people, but people are buying like 1,000 of them. But not only that, it's not like they're getting it through graft and through sheer of will. They're using scripts and bots and programs and using this nasty, scummy crap to basically create a freaking shortage. So they can sell this.
Like, to be honest with you,
I think that's when it gets into the absolute
I get you, but
horrible, scummy
I don't think
territory.
1,500. I don't think 1,500 would even do that. I don't.
Well,
think
they're not the only ones.
No, I don't think there was enough produced for one. But I do agree. I think it's scummy. Like, I'll be on that. That's too much. That's too far. I mean, doing that. That's creating. Again, it is business. That's too far. Like, everyone, like Pat is very extreme with the CEX and stuff like that. Is the CEX's business model, and it always has been. It's never going to change. They're
glorified pawn shop, exactly. Yeah,
exactly. Yeah, like, but I did them. I got them with the.
I did them.
The time the Nintendo came out, you know, the SNES Minis.
Oh yeah.
If you go back to where the story begins with the NES Minis, when the NES Minis came out, there wasn't enough of them, and it was the same thing as now with the PlayStations. And CEX did the same thing. They bought them from people and they sold them on for a big profit. When the SNES Minis came out, they thought the same thing was going to happen. So I bought 3 of them, brought them into them. They sat on that shelf for months on end because there was enough in supply. So they get caught out too. You know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I do agree with you. I agree with you that it's a seller's market. Things are worth what people are willing to sell with them. But the old adage, something is only worth as much as the fool will pay for it. I completely agree with that. It's business. But, and again, I know you touched on this as well. It's just that it's such unprecedented times with people being able to freaking just set up a bot and leave and just, we won't say it's 1,500. That was an escalated case, but 10 of them, and just be like, I got 10 of them. And it is the reason. And again, multiply that by the amount of people that are doing that. That's why you saw consoles go up and 2 minutes later be sold out. I'm convinced that it's not just people.
There's no law though on not doing this, is there? Like, I'm doing it.
There's a law on scalping tickets. I don't think there's a law on scalping consoles. It's not. It's a free economy. You can do whatever you want. It's like, if the amount of money you have, that's what we can describe it. It's the amount of money you have. If a person decides, like, it is controlled already, but if a person decides to buy all the diamonds up and he's got all the diamonds, he can do whatever he wants. Do you know what I mean? If people want the diamonds, they're going to have to pay for the diamonds. Do you know what I mean? That's the way the economy works. Like, and I
agree with you. That's the way it works, and it's fine. And I've nothing against people maybe selling one console or 2 consoles, but I know what you're saying, that he has the right to buy all the
price. I'm taking to selling mine.
Or whatever. No, but I'm saying, but if you're given the analogy of,
wow,
if you're doing the analogy of the guy who bought all the diamonds and then now they have to buy off him, it's just, it's what it is.
Like, if you got, say you sold yours for,
he's still a bit of an asshole.
You see, if you sold yours for €1,000, that's €500 to help you at Christmas. That's a lot of money. That's a lot of money to help. I'll buy something else for someone. Do you know what I mean?
You can't deny that the guy who bought all the diamonds, you can understand why people won't like him, because he's a bit of an asshole.
There's plenty of people out there like that are completely like that, and they would do it. They don't care. They don't care. They don't give a shit.
I'm just saying, I can understand why people, even though fair enough, it's a free market, you can do what you want. I can understand why people are going,
it's more about I just don't like extreme opinions. I'm never one for.
Oh yeah,
I hate, to be honest, on either side of anything, on religion, politics, or anything. Just let people live, and just, if you don't like it, move on. That's the way and I'm not saying let people get ripped off by giving them fake stuff, or, like, if it's a real deal, someone wants to buy the PlayStation, someone has a PlayStation, what's it got to do with you? Do you
And I
know?
think that's a great point as well, Paddy, because like we're having what we call right now, and I again for most part I agree with you, but we're having like a slight disagreement maybe on one or two things. We're not tearing each other freaking heads off. We're not freaking doing anything. We're having a discussion about it, which
Exactly.
it's just the whole keyboard. People just get so riled up about things these days. I won't go into it too much, but it's just people really just there's no civil discourse anymore, which kind of grinds my
Like
gears a little bit.
I sold two of them. Like and what am I, a scumbag now? Do you know what I mean? And that like it's
And
going
again-
it's all over the groups, scumbags. No one's calling me a scumbag. It's because I did it a little bit differently. Do you know what's like? I just don't understand why people can go like. Obviously it's a business that I've been doing it for a long time, but again, I don't think it's a scummy thing to do.
I think the difference there, Paddy, is that you actually got like an extra two, which
Yeah.
is fine, and you didn't use a freaking bot to get them, and you're selling them in a way that the person who won it didn't pay an arm and a leg for it; they paid a tenner.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? I think the way you're doing it is a good way of doing it.
Yeah.
In my own opinion.
Yeah, I understand that, but it's just I think it's very extreme to be calling people scumbags. Do you know what I mean? Very
I completely agree with that.
you know, like maybe like, if they did buy 1,000 of them, yeah, okay, all right. Like,
But isn't it just the way the market is because you can't have it, you want it? Because to me, and I'm a massive gamer, there is no massive reason to get these consoles right now.
not at all. Sure, it's not. You can play
Like there's Demon Souls, and that's a remaster of a game. Do you know what I mean? There's nothing else out there. Like I could use my PS4 until January, February, maybe even when Cyberpunk comes out, I could still play it on the PS4. But that'd be nice
PC.
to, or PC. There's no and I understand Christmas is coming, and it has been a shit year. Don't mind me saying, and I understand a lot of people are gaming now more than ever. And I think that's why people are a little bit annoyed is when this comes out, you know, people have saved a lot of money throughout the pandemic. Some people, sadly, have lost their jobs, but people are spending less, so they have more money.
Exactly, Paddy. That's fucking
What's
true
that?
as well.
and lives. They've lost lives. As well.
Yeah, exactly.
I just this thing of the only thing I think was handled very badly was the pre-orders. I don't agree the way it was done, where it was we all knew because we're gamers, and it was like that night the pre-orders were announced. The next morning by 11 o'clock or 10:30, the PlayStation pre-orders are gone.
I missed them. I only got lucky because Argos UK the next day were doing their orders, and they said, "Listen, we're a day later." Blah blah blah. I chanced my arm. I stayed up. I swear to God. Because this is when I had the weird sleeping pattern anyway, but I stayed up pretty much all night to see if I could secure one. Randomly at 5 o'clock in the morning, Argos UK went live with their PS5 pre-orders, and I got one.
That's another thing that's really annoying. This no one's announcing when they're putting them in, and when they do put them in, they put them up at the wrong time, and then all the websites going down, and then they said they're selling them, and they're not selling them. But it's another thing. As I was saying there, the only thing like. It's okay for us, but say like a random mammy or something that doesn't really know, and then she was supposed to get a PlayStation 5 for her child. By the time she figured it out, they were all gone. The pre-orders were gone. That's the only thing that's the only thing I feel bad for them. But this thing of saying like Ronan got one, you shouldn't have got one. You should give it to a child. That's bullshit. I'm sorry. I feel for it, but it's like, but do you think that they're going to give you like food or something? There's no difference. It's just the way the world is.
And by the way, a genuine gamer who plays a lot of video games, Una Min got that. If she doesn't mind me using her name, but she got a lot of that on a TikTok she had of saying, "I got my PS5." And people were like, "Oh, you're not a gamer. Oh, boo." It was like, "What? How do you don't even know this person?" It's just people are so venomous.
Una Ming seems to get a lot, the poor girl. I didn't know she did that. I didn't know that happened on TikTok to her. That's unfortunate.
It's horrible.
But it's nothing to do with anyone else. What you have in your house is nothing to do with anyone else. You pay. You
Sorry,
bought
I
it. You
worked
worked
hard
for it.
to,
Yeah, exactly. Sorry, I worked hard for all my
Apologies.
stuff. Like what's in this room? Like a couple of grand worth of stuff. Like, work for it. Like so, what? Like what's it got to do with anyone else? Do you know what I mean? You don't know where I live. Anyway.
There's a sense, I suppose there is a sense of that you can't have it, so you want it. There definitely is. And it's brilliant from Sony, like, because everybody wants it now. Like, I've had friends text me that had zero interest in the PlayStation. And because there's none left, they want it. Like, a guy turned around to me the other day, I won't mention his name, he'd pay €700 off the bat for PS5.
Yeah.
It was like, which one, the disc or the digital? It doesn't matter. And he didn't want it the week before release, like, so it's building this sense of people needing it and they don't really need it.
Symbol.
Yeah,
It's the same as
it's pretty good for Sony, like.
Same as like
Yeah.
runners in America and stuff. They did. Like, it's a massive market for trainers, as they call them in America. Like because they only make a certain amount of them. It's all the same with everything. But like, as the old Bible would say, don't be don't be coveting your neighbor's wife. No, that's not the one. Where like, don't be looking at your neighbor.
Don't covet your neighbor's PS5. That's exactly
that's
what
it.
it is in the.
But it's like, don't be looking over your neighbor's wall and wishing you had that. Go get it. It's January or February. There's going to be loads of them. Like,
and to go back
there's going to be loads.
Yeah, and go back on the earlier point. I think it was Ronan who said it. And I, even though I'm an early adopter, I completely agree. I got the PS5 to play Demon's Souls. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
But there is no real other reason to get the PS5. I think I said 4 earlier. You know what I mean. But there's no reason to get the PS5 until after January, February. Like legitimately.
But this time next year, there's going to be loads. Like even I think in February or March, January, February, March, one of them months there's going to be tons of them. They're going to release a big pile of them, and everyone's going. It's because of Christmas and stuff.
Discounted price, $350 for the digital.
There's more coming. There's definitely more coming in December. Smith said it. Now I don't know how many's coming, but there is some coming. I've been in there a couple of times, and they told me that they are getting them. And I think it's going to be on the date Ronan's getting his around that time. I think there's going to be a second batch of them.
Well, like Amazon definitely got a restock if they're sending me out the PS5. Like I think for anyone that doesn't know, I just got today a notification, an email came in to say that I was getting my PS5 on the 3rd of December.
Like Smith's has already reloaded. Smith's already reloaded them.
Smith,
the Xbox.
Sorry.
Dude. Just trying to get it out.
I was going to say, Jesus, Ronan, she got a very good look. You actually got one off Amazon. Did someone give you a tip about that or something?
Yeah, someone did give me a tip. The late, great, too old for gaming.
Irish lad,
1982.
Thank you,
John.
So people should know you don't have to wait to announce the pre-orders. I am a pre-order in February in GameStop. I don't know. I don't agree with GameStop doing that. They didn't give a lot of people their stuff. Also, not everybody's a gamer. That's another thing people forget. Not everybody's clued into what's going on. Their children might be, but they're not. Do you know what I mean? Like my mother would have no clue unless I told her. Do you know what was going on when I was younger? She used to get the PlayStation. Exactly, she got me them all. She got the PlayStation 3 and all that. But you had to tell her what was going on. You know what I mean?
There's going to be so many YouTube videos where kids are getting the Xbox One X and not the Series
That's so
X.
funny.
Yeah.
But like people that if you went to Smith's and they let you order that.
Yeah.
The lad in Smith, you get a slap.
You know right well there is people that are like, here you go. PJ says he's saving one for next Christmas. Exactly, PJ. I mean, no rush.
You might win this one, PJ. You might win this one.
There you go.
If I don't keep
People
it.
should know you don't have to wait till they announce pre-order.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Pre-order, yeah.
GameStop did that though, and then told people that they couldn't have it.
But GameStop were taking pre-orders since June and crap.
You got it in February.
February.
Or leaving your children to ask for Santa one. Like
my pre-order was cancelled from Spitz.
I don't know. We'll buy
Argos UK.
Yeah.
Give them props. They did it. They did it for
Fair play to them. So is there anywhere now at this moment you can go in and just say I'd like to pre-order?
No.
Like there's nowhere, no.
Because they haven't been given their numbers yet.
Yeah.
They haven't been told how many they're getting, so they can't give it to anyone. I just have to keep the ear to the grindstone. I've had a lot of people thinking that I have some kind of connection. I don't. I'm just lucky.
You're just savvy.
To be honest, if it's my job, like I have to be looking at it all the time.
Sends a picture of him driving at like 6 a.m, day launch, like, and next thing he's like going home with the consoles. Like, how am I here sitting at home with a cancelled pre-order? No.
Shortage? What shortage?
I went in and pre-ordered in Curry's. Nobody thought of Curry's. That's one of the things.
People did think of Curry's, but Curry's did also say that they were going to be online, and that first time on the Xbox, and they never went online.
Yeah, but I meant for the pre-order, nobody seemed to really go into them. They only had
gaming is alive and well, it seems.
They had only about 30 there, I think, when I went in. Console is still massive. As you were saying, Ronan, there's a lot of kids wanting to go PC now.
Yeah.
I well believe it. There's a lot because they're watching streamers. They're watching. I want to be like a streamer. I want
to have my own Twitch
channel. The amount of parents that are like, I have no idea, but my kid wants a PC.
It's only going to cost you like $1,000. It's fine. I just say, and a console could cost you 500, but we'll build you a PC for $1,000. Oh yeah, the monitor as well. That's another 200-300 euros.
Yeah.
Oh, you want a keyboard?
Yeah, it's like, what's your budget? Oh, I don't know, about 300 or 400 quid. Nah.
Well, go buy a Xbox S.
Yeah.
There you go.
Let me introduce you to the little Xbox here.
Would you like
Powerful
this?
little machine.
Fair store she is. For 300 quid, she's a powerful old machine.
Yeah.
Play Outer Worlds, Devil May Cry 5, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Cyberpunk. That's a lie. Ori and the Definitive Edition.
Yeah,
Horizon.
Blind Forest, brilliant.
Halo, Gears 5, Fortnite.
That's Game Pass, is it, Paddy?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
So do you get like a free
I don't think you get a
subscription or anything like that?
Unlimited access to 100. I remember it doesn't say you get it Game Pass free, no.
Okay.
But you do. If you win it, you do get Game Pass free.
Nice.
And there's actually some places I actually forgot about this, but I don't know if they did it in Ireland, but I know they did it in America. There is you can buy the Xbox Series X and I think the Series S on subscription. Like
yeah,
the
I
console.
think you can do that in the UK as well. I'm not sure about here. That's the only time when the Xbox went live, that was the only ones you can get it. But yeah, when after it's sold out, that's the only place you get it if you went a subscription model. But it costs you like, was it 24 months at, I don't know, 20 quid or something?
Oh yeah, that's how subscriptions work. You pay over in the
Yeah.
long run.
I need to think of some kind of subscription model.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Money.
Definitely. It seems to be the
So-
way to go.
So what's our take on it? Are we saying scalpers are bad or scalpers are good? Or
I'm definitely with you, Paddy, on don't be too extreme either way.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't bother me because there would have been shortage with scalpers or not. You know, like we're always going to have this shortage at launch. It's happened to every generation, you know, that I've seen anyway. I hope people get the console before Christmas. For, you know, there's like, as a kid, there's nothing better than waking up Christmas morning and having a console there. Some of the best memories that I've had during Christmas was waking up and, you know, playing my
100%.
PS2 all day or playing the PS3.
Yeah.
It's been-
I'd love for everyone to get one. That's another thing is I want everybody to have one. And anytime anyone asks me to help them get them, I'd help anyone to get them. I wish,
Yeah.
I love helping people to have gaming. I want everyone to do it, but don't be buying. I don't agree buying for €1,000. Just wait.
Yeah,
I
wait
understand.
Yeah.
I understand your kid is dying for it or something, but get him something else. Just say, look, we'll get it in January. Or
Get them a
it in February.
PC if you're going to spend £1,000.
Exactly. That's a fact. True.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they'd love it. Absolutely love it.
Just get him a lump of coal. Be like, you're bad this year.
You little.
Sorry.
Is another thing you have to do now with kids is not to tell them that the big presents come from you and the small presents are from Santa. Isn't that a thing? No?
Put it all in a big bag and say, listen, go nuts.
No,
That's what we
it's,
did.
it's just to show them that, you know, in case all the rest of the kids don't get big presents, that you got them, not Santa. Do you get me?
Yeah,
I
that
get
makes
you.
sense.
Yeah.
That's a nice sentiment.
And I do
No
agree
spoilers.
that I do agree that people need to chill a little bit, but I do agree, or sorry, I do think that the caveat of just if you're using bots and if you're buying like
Where do you get the
When-
pots?
a lot of people write them or scripts or like
God, Aiden.
They're not overly complicated.
I wouldn't say
not
they
at
are,
all.
no.
No, a script. If you know what you're doing, you can write a script in 2 seconds. But just that is where it gets into the realm of I can see why people are not happy about this.
The same as graphic cards, same as phones, same as anything. If anything's in demand,
Same
people
as
are going
Tarkov,
to,
baby.
people are going to buy it and try and sell it on for what it was at that Flappy Bird. Remember that? And they were deleting it from all the phones. And then you had to buy a phone for €1,000 with Flappy Bird on it. Do you remember that shit? That's just
Or PT,
Paddy Toner.
Petty Toner, yeah.
Yeah,
No,
I have.
P-
My system has PT on it.
You could probably sell that dude for a nice bit, honestly. I don't know how much.
Paddy.
But it's definitely-
Personal
So-
trainer. What is it?
No, it's the demo of the Silent Hill.
All right, okay.
What was it called?
Yeah.
It was presentation trailer or something.
something like that, yeah.
Yeah. Hideo Kojima, wasn't it?
And Guillermo del Toro.
Yeah, they did like it was the start of like a Silent Hill game, and it was just like a literally one level, and it was the scariest thing I've ever played.
Yeah,
But
do you
it's still
think-
on my system. If you delete it, I think it's gone forever. Am I right?
yeah, and they did it. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. No, I have it
Classic
still on
games.
the system.
Battlestate Games emailed me that do a sale on buy Tarkov.
Do they have a sale? Yes.
Play another counter, third one.
Yeah, third, just for the crack.
All I can say is stop with the extreme opinions. That's all I can stop with the so much hate towards things. Like some lad earlier on in the group said that he sold 2 and it just went, you're a scalper. Oh, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you? It's like, maybe he shouldn't have said it, but at the end of the day, he can do what the hell he wants. It's a free world.
He said it to
Sorry.
see what sort of reaction he got. I
Yeah,
know
I
the
get,
guy.
yeah.
He's
but I-
Mullingar man.
But I understand. I wouldn't say stuff like that.
Good
and I
reaction
get-
there on one guy.
but I would he can say what he wants, but he does get a reaction. But there is lads out there that are like, "Oh, how dare you? I hate you!" And I said, "Calm down."
Nah, just lads like that for
It's a
everything these
it's a
days.
play-
I think
PlayStation.
people get on the owl bandwagon though, don't they, with the complaining?
Yeah.
I think it's like, here's the thing we need to complain about. Let's complain about that to make myself feel a little bit better about myself.
But
Seems to be like that.
There's a lot of like in the gaming community as well. Like I find PC gamers and retro gamers and stuff like that. Ones that are very dedicated to one type of gaming always have very extreme opinions. And not all of them.
It's the
Obviously not
same.
all
It's
of
the
them.
same with music. It's the same with anything. Like if
Anything.
you have like a rocker that's like just into that genre, everything else is bullshit. Like and it's kind of like they make it like this religion, and I'd rather just appreciate every art.
You see most, and again, I'm a PC gamer as well, but you'll see a lot of posts where it's like, oh, there's a cool new feature with the PS5 or something like that, and then you'll always see one comment being like, huh, who cares? Buy a PC.
Yeah.
Fucking noobs.
And if I had like,
shut up.
If I had like my PC bill is like Ryzen 1600, what a loser! You don't even have the new 300 or 3000 series. Or something
It's the same
like
as say if I put up a like a Super Nintendo, a box Super Nintendo or something. Someone be going, "Why don't you use a retro PI? What are you doing? Just buying like one console?" It's just like, but people want this. You know what I mean? No, but you can have 1,000 to 10,000 games on this.
Yeah, guess what? You don't play all them games. I have one. It sits there and gathers dust, and you can't sell it for a profit.
Again, it's just the whole freaking sitting behind a keyboard. I'm smarter than you. Fight me. Oh, you can't because I'm in a different part of the country. Mentality.
Yeah, I'm definitely not into that shit. I hate.
I hate it too.
I hate. That's why I hate Twitter so much. Stop arguing. Let's all just get along. I'm not a Karen either. I just don't like it. But I was going to say, just to stop with extreme opinions, please.
I think no, I think that's a good way to leave. Like we need to kind of accept, and it's good that we are like this because the world is so messy at the moment, and we do need to kind of band together a little bit
at the
more.
end of it.
Yeah, exactly. We do need to band together and come out and have a big party at the end and just everyone enjoy life because by God, if anything, this pandemic has taught me that life is short. Life is very, very short.
STDs, not COVID.
Yeah. Did anyone see I want to recommend one thing before I go. Did anyone see the new Kevin Hart stand-up on Netflix?
I watched it. It's like the start, but I didn't watch it fully yet. Is it good?
Yeah, it's brilliant. Yeah. He goes totally non-PC, like not Kevin Hart at all. And it's it's really, really good. Really good. Definitely recommend that.
I'll definitely check it out.
He's kind of has this sense of, I suppose, like all of us, isolated in his house, and his wife is basically, you need to do something. You're actually, wrecking my head. So he says, right, I'm going to go back and do comedy. So he actually has the stand up in his own sitting room. So he's like a couple of special guests that he invites in. They're all wearing masks, and he comes in, and it's really good.
He probably tested them all as well. I'd say.
Yeah, it's really good. The story plays. I won't spoil anything for you. Spoiler alert, but definitely worth watching. He talks about COVID a lot in it, and it's a nice breath of fresh air to hear.
It's nice to see things start to get normal again. I think they're letting football, letting fans into certain parts of England now for football now as well. That'd be good. Just to get normality back. This year has been ridiculously bad.
Yeah, came and went, hasn't it? It's gone by very quickly.
Hopefully they get this. What's it called? The vaccine, and hope for the best.
Yeah, he doesn't give an F. Is that what it's called? Something like that, anyway. Not giving an F.
Yeah. Time.
Yeah. So guys, we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna tell the good folks where they can find us. Paddy, where can they find you?
Buyandplay.com if you want to win some gaming stuff. This is up right now. If you want to buy this, it's nearly sold out. You want to be quick, and then we've got the Xbox X next. Whatever I put up with it, I was thinking maybe a gaming chair, fridge, TV. We'll see. Throw a bit of different things in it.
Yeah,
but it's an animal of a console.
But that's the big one. That's the Elite.
That's the X. Yeah, that's X. And the Republic
give it to you.
Anyway, you see the Republic players. I haven't been streaming. I don't know if I'll be back streaming. We'll see. We'll see what's the future for the pagan, but I'm still around.
John Fogarty, where can the good folks find you?
The good folks can find me at Too Old for Gaming. That's TOOOLD for gaming, all one word. And they can find me for content. They can find me over on YouTube. I've been releasing a few videos recently, a lot of Among Us, but I did do a PS5 unboxing there recently. I'm thinking about doing more kind of smaller videos like that as well, just for content in between more highly edited stuff. And I am going to go back streaming. I've taken like a 2-week break from streaming. It's kind of basically been a combination of starting this new course and getting kind of the new schedule sorted out and just normal laziness, I suppose.
Are we getting I'm back video?
Hopefully, well,
Please.
probably, yeah. Everybody loves them. Everybody loves the I'm back
Definitely.
video.
Every few weeks, I'm back again.
Mightn't be as necessary because I usually only do them when I disappear from YouTube mostly. But I've been doing my YouTube, so that's not too bad. But no, the stream is going to come back at some stage, whatever. Maybe tomorrow. Just mention it's been crap recently as well. No, because I have Demon Souls tomorrow, so
yeah.
I've got the TV tomorrow, so maybe I'll see.
Are you going to unbox the TV, or does it have a box? Does it?
No, it doesn't.
Oh damn!
No, it does have a box. He I think he put it back in the box actually.
Just put it back. Just open the box. Oh my god! Look at this, brilliant.
and then my social medias are Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram, and it's the same.
Thank you, John. Find me over on the Alpha Fox TV over on Twitch. My streaming is so unscheduled at the moment. I would like to get some sort of schedule start, kind
You'll
of maybe
never
at
have a
8
schedule.
o'clock. No, I don't think I will. I let everyone know that. What I do want to start doing a little bit more is create more content for YouTube, whether that's for the Alpha Fox or the Republic of Players. I think I like creating YouTube YouTube content.
You're also welcome over at 2 Up for Gaming.
Well, I could do a little guest appearance over there.
Hey, what about me? Hey, whoa.
Hey,
Of
wait,
course you,
hey.
Paddy. Of course you are, Paddy. Come on, everybody.
Paddy said he was retiring. I think that's why he wasn't invited.
Paddy,
I ain't retiring.
Can't
I
be
ain't
playing
retiring.
those video games anymore.
Paddy,
Never retire.
Paddy, it goes without saying. Of course, you're invited.
Don't want to go. I'm only messing.
Guys, I do want to let everyone know, please hit the subscribe button. We are finding a little bit of momentum here on YouTube. We had a little bit of a change. We came from Twitch onto YouTube. We are going to have the podcast here every Thursday. I want to thank everyone for the support. I want to thank Pat for the notes for the show. Brilliant as always. And for the thumbnail. Thank you, Pat. Paddy, John, it's been a pleasure as always. We'll see you next Thursday. Thank you. Goodbye.